Was it the hardest year of my life? Yeah, it was probably 6 to 8 months till I stopped having pain. Do I regret getting a hysterectomy at 28 years old? I don't know if I'm allowed to even say this, but hello my friends, welcome here. I'm Aimee Esther. I live with multiple chronic illnesses. I have had a lot of health problems in my 29 years of life, and last year I had a hysterectomy, and I was 28, which is pretty young to get this surgery. I have a lot of questions to answer today about it. So I meant to do this video way earlier. I thought I'd do one a few months after, 6 months after, and then at a year. No, it hasn't happened. It's been quite the year over here. It's always quite the year. It's just the usual. I'm always sick, always having health problems. This year was extra hard. And the hysterectomy was part of that, was part of the reason why it was so hard. So let's just get into the questions because I think they will explain everything. And if you want to see my hysterectomy video where I went through, I actually took you, along on the journey, I will link that down below. So the first question I wanted to start with, even though I do have a video on this, I'll link it down below, is why I got a hysterectomy. If you're new here, you may want to know that. So I have endometriosis and PCOS. I guess maybe I technically still have PCOS. I don't know. But I struggled with that for a long time, had a lot of pain. My periods were the devil. They were so bad my whole life. And I did get endometriosis removed once, started to come back. I had ovarian cysts almost every month. I would have an ovarian cyst rupture. It was really terrible. I did have a little bit of trouble getting pregnant with my first child. Took a couple years, surgery, medication, fertility stuff. But then after that, I got pregnant really easy with my second and third. So I swear, my body kind of fixed itself in, I think my PCOS just got way better after my first baby. And then I was ovulating normally and having regular cycles. I lost weight a lot easier, all of that. So that did get better, but I still had endometriosis. But the real reason why I got the hysterectomy was because I had severe uterine prolapse. And it turns out I also had bladder and bowel prolapse, and things were just not great in there. I don't exactly know why. I did have 2 doctors tell me they thought I had EDS because they said it's not normal to have it be that weak after having 3 babies. Actually, it was pretty bad after 2, but really bad after 3. And uterine prolapse is common in your older years, but not at 27 years old when I was diagnosed with it. So we don't really know why, but everything was just really weak down there. So that was the main reason why. Mine was so bad there wasn't really anything we could do. We found it before I had my last baby, before I got pregnant, and it wasn't bad enough that I couldn't have another baby, but after that one, I'm not sure I even could if I had wanted to, because it was not looking good in there, okay? So that's the whole reason why I got a hysterectomy. All right, moving on. How are the hormone changes? So it's hard to answer these questions because I had my hysterectomy 6 weeks postpartum, so I already had a lot of hormone stuff going on. So I'll answer this the best that I can. First of all, I did not have my ovaries removed. So I had a total hysterectomy, but that just means the total of the uterus was gone, and tubes and all of that. And then I left my ovaries. I debated whether I should get rid of them as well, but just because of hormones is the reason that I decided to keep them. And luckily, I haven't seemed to have some of the issues I was having before with my ovaries. I was getting a lot of cysts on them before I had kids, but ever since I've had kids, I haven't seemed to have that problem. So I kept my ovaries, and my doctor said if I kept my ovaries, I shouldn't have any hormone changes. However, you never know. That's a big change, so seems like still something could happen. I wouldn't say I felt that much different hormonally than my other babies. I mean, okay, I felt like I had postpartum depression that got pretty bad, really, really pretty bad. It was bad. So it was just like a lot going on, and then there were a lot of other things that aren't health related that I was struggling with, and so I just had a rough year. It wasn't different enough from my other babies that I think the hysterectomy caused anything. I'm pretty sure that my hormones are fine because I left my ovaries. So that actually leads me to, I was going to do this question later, but let's do it now. Someone asked me about PMS. Do you still experience PMS? So I didn't think about it until this question came up. I have 3 babies, and after the first 2, I didn't have a period or a cycle until I was either almost done nursing or totally done nursing. And so it was almost a year before I even had a cycle. And I nursed this baby a year as well. I have finished nursing her a couple months ago. And so if I were to have still been able to get periods, I would have had one by now. And I haven't even thought about it, but I've had like not mood swings, but like ups and downs over the past month. But I didn't ever think about it being like hormones, because normally my period would show up and then I'd say, oh, that's why I've been so irritable. My period was coming. But I have no idea. I mean, I guess I could track and see when I'm ovulating, because technically I'll still ovulate because I have ovaries. It's just not going to go anywhere. So I don't know, but that is a great question. So I will try to like look deeper in my body and the monthly cycles and just see, because I am a little curious if I will still, like, what symptoms of periods I will still have, because technically I still ovulate and still have a cycle. I just don't have periods. So did you experience any unexpected symptoms? I would say one, and this could actually probably was due to, I got, at the same time as the hysterectomy, I got a urethra sling. And after that, it was kind of hard to pee. And sometimes still to this day, it's been a year since my surgery, and I still sometimes have a hard time peeing. Like, I have to sit on the toilet and relax. Even though I know I have to pee, it's like it won't come out. The first couple times, it was really hard, where like I actually couldn't do it and they almost had to put a catheter back in. Now it's like I know I'm going to in the next, minute or two. It's not instant, which is funny, because before I got the surgery, not only was it instant, but it was before I wanted to pee. I would be walking into the bathroom, pee my pants before I even made it to the toilet. That's why I got the sling surgery. Things were not doing too good down there. And then another unexpected symptom was just that I didn't expect it to cause me pain for as long as it did. We'll get to that a little bit later. But they told me 6 to 8 weeks. Probably plan on 8 weeks because I have so many health problems. But it was probably 6 to 8 months till I stopped having pain. Now I don't have pain, so that's great. It's been a year, but it definitely took a long time, and much longer than expected, much longer than anyone told me. But I also didn't expect to have such pain and irritation with just like down there after, and I did have a really bad UTI. My doctor said it was one of the worst he'd seen. So I had a terrible UTI, which is why I had a lot of extra symptoms. So I didn't expect that, but all the other symptoms I would say I expected. I don't know. It was terrible. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I think most things were expected. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, next question. Did it help PCOS and endometriosis? Yes, it definitely helped endometriosis. Like, I haven't had any problems with that. And I feel like having babies helped my PCOS, so that's why I left my ovaries. But I assume if I did still have problems with PCOS and then I would have removed my ovaries, I assume it probably would have helped that too, because then I wouldn't have ovaries. But that was already kind of solved. Okay, next question. Have you been able to exercise and do normal activities? I live chronically ill. So I don't know what you consider normal, but for me, I lay around a lot. I do not have a lot of energy. I try to exercise daily. I go through phases. Sometimes I'm really good at it. Sometimes I'm not so good at it. I have a lot of pain all the time. I'm always sick. Okay. So that, like, I know some people who get a hysterectomy and have problems in that area don't necessarily have problems in other areas. I have problems in all the areas. So I have gut problems, migraines, muscle problems, fatigue problems, blood circulation problems, like all the things are going wrong. So it's kind of a hard question to answer. But initially, no. Like, my doctor said don't even push a shopping cart for at least 8 weeks, and then very, very slowly move into stuff. I found that I had pain in my abdomen for a few months. And so I didn't do like a lot of exercise until I was probably 4 months post-op, till I started exercising again and I got into a really good routine for a while. Now I don't have any problems with exercise. I don't think if I didn't have extra issues with my body, I don't think I'd have problems doing normal stuff, but that's just my everyday life. So I would say the surgery did not stop me except for the first few months. Okay, how did it affect relationship and intimacy? Not great. It was not great, if I'm being honest. It's definitely hurt for 8 months probably. Severe pain for like 4 months, and then it slowly got better, and I mean very slowly. It hurt. It just hurt. Everything hurt in there, and it finally got better. So it does get better. I mean, I don't know why it took me so long to heal. It was a long year, but we made it through. So that's great. Any regrets? Do I regret getting a hysterectomy at 28 years old? I don't know if I'm allowed to even say this, but like the opposite of regret. I'm like overjoyed that I got a hysterectomy. I feel very blessed that I had prolapse and it led to getting this thing taken out of my body and I never have to have a period again. I haven't for 1 day, 1 second thought, was that the wrong choice? Not one time. Even when it was really bad and painful for those months, I always knew it was the right choice. I don't know if that was just a blessing from above, that it was one less thing to stress about. I don't know why, and part of me feels like a sociopath for not having any like emotion tied to it, for not being sad that the baby making part of my body is gone, for not being sad that I can't ever possibly have another baby in my belly again. I am only happy about it. I love my baby so much. I have 3 children, and I'm amazed at myself and my body for doing that with all my health problems. If I'm being honest, I didn't think we would have any more babies after my second. I thought we were done. I didn't think my body or my brain could handle another pregnancy and another newborn and another baby stage. But God had other plans. He inspired me and led me to have another baby. And it was beautiful and amazing, and I'm so glad I had it. Was it also the hardest year of my life? Yeah, probably. Were those first few months from having a newborn to getting major surgery, and then a few weeks later I had kidney stones and my baby was in the hospital and my son broke his collarbone, and it was chaos. One thing after another, those first few months. It was so hard. And yet I have zero regret. Even when I was in it, I just knew it would be worth it. I never second guessed it. I never questioned it. I just knew it was right. But I know that if I ever did change my mind, there are other ways to have a baby, and I am totally okay with adopting, fostering. I'm cool with other methods of having a baby. So zero part of me regrets it. It's like a relief. It's so relieving to know that that's gone. It's out of my body. I don't have to think about it anymore and worry about it, and I don't have to feel the pain of it anymore. It's totally gone. I just feel really good about it. You know what's weird is I don't feel like I'm that young to get a hysterectomy, but then when I tell people, they are shocked and they think that, I don't know, that just I'm so sad about it. Like I said, I'm so happy. I talk too much as per usual. Hope that answered most of the questions about my hysterectomy. I am feeling a lot better. I think it was frustrating to watch other people's videos on YouTube of hysterectomy recovery saying that they didn't have any pain. I sure did. So if you're there where I was, where you had pain for months and months and you can't figure out why, mine did get better. I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of this video. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just having an ADHD moment and just going off on some tangents. So hopefully I cut out most of this. Anyway, my friends, I hope that answered all your questions. If you have more, leave them in the comments below. If you want to know how to live the most amazing life with chronic illness, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, my friends.